That day was absolutely hectic, and that's when I realized being an event manager is not an easy job. I had to manage this big media event, and it was a lot of work. It required a lot of effort and a lot of hard work. I had to talk to a lot of clients, manage business, find sponsors, make sure everybody is invited, send out the invites, and whoa, that was a completely packed thing that I had to deal with. So that day I had to go meet a client, and I decided to pick an auto to reach this place. So I booked an auto and through this online app, and the auto was just 1 minute far away. So I waited, the auto came, I checked the number, and I got into the auto. Usually once I get into this travel mode, I take out my headphones and plug it inside my ears so that I don't listen to anybody commenting or talking to me, because I know for a fact that if I listen to someone, I will definitely get myself into an uninvited trouble. So I didn't want to do that, so I usually get my headphones on my ears. And once I got inside this auto, I was trying to pull out this headphone, like I was trying to search for my headphone inside my mess, aka my handbag. I was looking for it, and meanwhile this auto driver was in a phone call, and I was listening to a conversation, not actually eavesdropping, but we were inside the same auto. So eventually he was talking loud enough for me to pay attention to it, and he was on a phone call talking about this college admission. This was at a time when 12th grade results were out, and all the pass outs were looking for college admission, and that phone call was about a college admission, and it was obviously not a good news. I figured out that he was looking for a college admission for his son in some law-based college. Okay, so he was not really listening to a good news, and I could figure out by the way he was talking, but I didn't really want to pay attention to it. As I was looking for the headphones, he was done with his call and he started making a conversation with me. Now I really didn't want to talk, but then he was asking me about what I was doing, what job I was working into, is my job giving me a good pay, but I felt like it was a little too intriguing. But I didn't really answer properly. I just gave one-worded answers, and then he started talking. He didn't really care if I was listening or not. He started talking about how his son wanted an admission in a law college, and how people wanted him to pay a lot of fees, and he couldn't collect a lot of fees. And he was asking me, how will I be a good father if I couldn't get a good admission in the college that my son wants to get into? At that time I wanted to meet his son and tell his son that, dear, your father is taking a lot of efforts to make sure you're happy. So even though if you don't go inside a law college, make sure that you know that your dad loves you and he takes all the efforts that he wants, all the efforts to make sure that you get into a good life. But I couldn't meet his son. I obviously wouldn't meet his son, but I realized that this father was taking a lot of efforts to make sure to prove that he was a good father. And then all of a sudden he got another call. It was from his daughter, and I realized that his daughter was trying to say that his sister has come to his house. And immediately this man said, okay, don't worry about anything, just make sure your aunt stays. I will be there in a few more minutes, and make sure you buy something really good for your aunt, and don't worry about money. I will give you all the money that you want. I will give all the money that you're going to spend on aunt. There are a lot of people who juggle with people for money, and now I see this man who's juggling with money for the people that he loves. Now this man gave me a different perspective. This is the 18th person I met.